Alright guys, so it's time to get this engine out of here. We're ordering the K24 this week, and I want to get this engine out. So get the whole engine bay cleared out, take everything out of here. We're relocating the battery to the back, to the rear, and I just want to get everything out of here. So first things first, I'm going to have to drain the antifreeze out of the system. Looks like it's full, so I'm going to do that first. Drain the antifreeze. I might drain the oil too. Drain that out and just get to work on getting this out of here. We're going to take our time because this is a JDM B15, or not D15 single cam engine, JDM engine. It's the whole engine. It's a whole swap. The tranny, the long block, and the intake manifold, everything on this engine was all one piece. So it's worth some money. So we're probably gonna we're thinking about putting it in the death cart. We're gonna swap out what's in the death cart now and add this to the death cart. So that's my job, is to get this engine bay cleared out, engine out of here. So I'll probably just do time lapses on it, but I'm gonna take my time getting everything out of here. That's attached to the engine because we want to keep it all so we can reuse it. So that's what I'm going to be doing now, is getting this engine out of here. And it's going to be a time lapse because it would be like a hour-long video if it wasn't. Alright guys, time to get it out. Alright guys, engine's out. Got it out of there. It was pretty easy to do. I got it by myself, sitting over there. But yeah, I also went ahead and dropped the subframe, and I dropped the rack and pinion for the steering. Drop that out, take that out. I'm gonna clean that all up, make it look brand new, and then we're gonna get the subframe painted. So now it's just a tedious work of getting all this stuff out of here. I'm gonna take out all the brake lines. I'm gonna take out the fuel lines. We're gonna run brand new fuel lines. We're gonna make new brake lines and do like a little bit of a mini tuck all those brake lines out of the way. So yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do here. Then I'm gonna clean out the engine bay really good, and then we're gonna paint it. I'll take the fenders off, and then we're gonna paint the engine bay. Probably gonna do the engine bay purple to match all the other purple that we did, like a nice dark purple. I don't know, we'll figure that out. Down the road, I'll get with Jay and Alex, see if they want to do that. But yeah, today is just working on this on my own. Jay and Alex both got family stuff going on, so they're taking care of that. So I'm in the garage working on my own, which is fine by me. Don't mind it at all. Yeah, so engine's out. Like I said, I got to clean all this out. I got to take all this stuff out of here. I'm going to start shaving off bolts we don't need, and taking out all the brake lines, all the fuel lines. Probably we're going to get new the master cylinder and the pressure plate and all that stuff. Get all that stuff out of here. All this has got to go. So that's probably what I'll do now. I'll probably just leave it up on. I'll leave you guys up on time lapse until the battery dies, and after that we'll be cleaning the engine bay. I will go through steps on how I clean the engine bay, and then when I do get into the brake lines and stuff like that, I'll show you guys what brake lines I'm taking off and how I'm going to replace them and make new lines for it. And then the fuel lines, we're just going to run 2 new fuel lines to the back, because K-series motor is going in here, so it's a returnless system. So we're going to just run to the fuel rail, and then back into from the tank to the pressure regulator to the fuel rail back to the regulator, and back to the return. So yeah, so I've got a lot of stuff to do here. I got a lot of stuff to clean out of here. It's going to be real tedious work. Probably a couple days of just cleaning this out, getting all this stuff out of here. And then, so yeah, I'll take you along my journey. When I get to something I think is important, I'll turn the camera back on, or I'll stop the camera from the time lapse, turn it back on, and let you guys know what I'm doing. Alright, let's get to it. Alright guys, real quick, so what I'm doing here is when I take something off, right, when I take a part off and I'm going to take it completely off the car, I'll take the bolt. So if I take something off there, I'll take the bolt and I'll put the bolt back, right back where it was, and I'll do that for all of them. And then when everything's off the car, then I'll take a picture, a close-up picture of everything, so that way I know what bolt goes where. I'll never forget. And because I'm not going to remember, I don't want to pull out a manual to do it. I just do it that way. It's real easy. It's a tip. The tip. Free tip. Alright guys, as you can see right here, the engine is out of the car, so we're good to go with that. So I've already hit it once with the power washer. Didn't want to record that because it got kind of messy inside the garage with the power washer, but it's all out. So I'm going to show you parts here where I'm actually going to start sanding it down and degreasing it, sanding it, degreasing it, and then it'll be ready for paint. So let's take a look at what I've done so far. All right, so let's take a look at what we got in the engine bay. So as you can see, everything is taken out except for the oil. I left in the oil filter, or not oil, but the fuel filter, and the 2 lines to the rear for the rear brake lines, and the return for the for the gas lines. So what I'm going to do now, what I'm going to do is just start sanding down the engine bay and getting it ready for paint. Then I'll eventually take this out, these two out, and take out this bracket and take out the lines for the new fuel lines. And then this here is for the heater. Take that, pull that into the cab, and then just go to work. But as you can see, there's a lot of grime in here. Like, that needs to be fixed there. All this down in here is still pretty dirty, but it's not too bad. I'll be able to get most of it out. And then there's a lot of scratches down over here. See all the scratches on the paint. And down there, you can see where the paint's pulling up. So originally, I think this car was black, or not black, but white, and they painted it black, but they didn't do a very good job of painting the engine bay at all. I mean, it's just peeling up with the power washer. So I'm gonna go through, degrease everything, then start sanding, and then degrease, and then sand, and then we should be ready for paint. And then we'll go pick the paint and we'll paint this bad boy, and that'll be the next video. This is going to be the end of this video where we took the engine out and got the engine bay ready. So yeah, so the next video will be me sanding, prepping the engine bay for paint, and then probably painting. So yeah guys, that's it for this one. Catch you guys in the next one. Later.